What's up, YouTube? I thought I would do a quick video on the process of becoming a trucker. I'm getting a few questions about that. You can go online and find all kinds of different shit. I don't need that radio on. Swear to God, every trucker on this CB sounds the same. They all sound like Larry the fucking Cable Guy on fucking cocaine. So, if you're looking to get into trucking, I will give you my story step by step, and as far as I know, it's these days it's pretty damn uniform. Pretty much anywhere you go, that's the process. If there's engine noise, I'm sorry. It's fucking hot out here, dude. This is Tennessee, and I got the air on, I got the engine going. I gotta stay cool in here. I could do it in back too with the air conditioning, which is silent, but I did like 3 dark videos in a row back there. I thought I would do something out in the daylight here. So, from the time that I officially started the process of becoming a trucker to the moment where I got into a truck and got paid for my work, it was a while. It was most of September, October, November, into December. It was like 4 months. Now, if you do it like seamlessly, you got all your shit together and you just gun it, you can do it in like 60 days probably. You could do it. But here's how it all works. And I think I remember, but if I'm wrong on a couple of these things or I get something out of order, just leave it in the comments below. It's fine. First thing you gotta do is you gotta go to the DMV and take a couple of tests on the computer. I think it's 2 minimum, and then there are like a couple of like options like hazmat shit like that. I didn't do it. You don't have to do it. These things cost a few bucks, but any retakes I think are free, at least up to a certain point. So you got to take a test on the braking system, and you guys got to take a test on combination vehicles. So this semi-truck, it's a tractor and it's a trailer. That's a combination vehicle. If you guys see like a little Pepsi truck going down, Brady Street in Milwaukee, that's not a combination vehicle. All right, a truck that couples up to a trailer, that's a combination vehicle. Study for these, you guys. There are some guys out there who just can't fucking bring themselves to study. They take the tests, they fail it, they retake them both, they fail it, and they just fucking give up. Just study. You're gonna go online and you're gonna look for the material to help you study. There's a lot of material out there, and there are practice tests that are pretty good. But don't buy anything. You don't have to pay $70 for the damn PDF booklet. That's 200 fucking pages. Know what they're gonna ask. Study it. Go take the test. I passed them both on my first try. If you're literate, it ain't that hard. So you've taken your tests. You've passed them. Next thing you got to do. You guys got to go take a drug test and a physical. You can knock those both out in one shot. The drug test that you take is a urine test, and the physical that you take is not that detailed. It's like blood pressure, I think maybe like heart rate, but the big one is the blood pressure. You guys got to be within a certain range to get past that, and if you can't do it, that's it, brother. You're done. But there's some pretty out of shape truckers out there who pass their blood pressure test. So tests done, physical done. Next thing you got to do, and you should have done this already, but contact a trucking school. You basically have like two options. You guys can go to like a technical college. The one in Wisconsin would be like WCTC. Or you guys can go to a trucking company's academy. That's what I did. It's faster. I think it's cheaper. And hey, you're like hooked up with a job. And if you take that job with that company, you guys don't have to reimburse the company any of your tuition. I didn't do that part, but you can. You can do that. So everyone wants to know what the academy is like. And again, I think this is pretty much the same now for pretty much everywhere. It is 4 weeks, give or take a couple days. First part, you're gonna go there. You gotta retake a damn drug test, just in case you've been fucking around since your last drug test. And you gotta do your blood pressure and shit again. So, keep that up. I went there thinking that I didn't have to do it again. And luckily, I stayed clean. And I passed. We had 40 guys starting our class, and in that very first step, dude, like 7 got knocked out for failing a drug test, having bad blood pressure, or they were dragged in for a sleep apnea test and just bombed that so hard. So if you're a big guy, make sure you're good to go. Otherwise, you're just wasting time. So after that is like 4 days of classroom work, and as long as you guys don't act like an idiot, show up to class drunk, fuck off in the classroom, just do your shit, and they will make sure you pass. Trucking companies don't give a damn about your academic ability. They don't care. They don't care. That was the easy part for me, and it was also the least important part. The hard part for me was everything else the next 3 weeks. It was, you guys go out on the range, which is just a big tarmac full of unroadworthy trucks that are just there as fucking old bumper cars for students to practice their skills on. Because the end goal is to pass the DMV test, which for my class was right there on site, and I think it is for a lot of trucking academy schools these days. So what does that involve? It involves 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess when you break it all the way down, it's like 5 parts. The very first day, you guys are going to do what's called the straight line back, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's you take the damn truck, it's all set up there for you, and you just back it up in a straight line. And it sounds like really easy, and for a lot of us it was. For me, it actually wasn't. You get 2 tries, and you only get like 1 day to master that first skill. You get like 2 tries at it. I failed my first try, and like a third of us failed it. It ended up knocking like 6 or 7 people out total. They went home after a day and a half. So I came back the second day for that straight line backing retest, and I got it. So once that's done, you guys go over all the parts of the truck and elements of damage to look for, and that is known collectively as the pre-trip. Where you open up the hood, you guys gotta be able to identify all kinds of parts in the engine block and the suspension and lights, and then you kind of go to the trailer. You guys gotta go through all the shit on the trailer, brake pads, again, suspension, tires. All together, it's like 50 some parts to it. Alright, so the last 3 parts are the hardest part. 2 of them are backing skills, and we'll get to the third one. The first backing skill, and it's probably called different things in different areas, but we called it the offset. By the way, I was doing this all with Swift down in Memphis, Tennessee. Do I recommend that academy? Yeah, I do. It was good. Good people. Instructors don't give that much of a fuck, except for a couple. If you do your shit, they leave you alone. Just just practice. So the offset is basically you back up the truck, but instead of going in a straight line, you back it up, and then you kind of bring it over like this, and then back it into like what would be like a lane next to you. It's kind of like a parallel park, just with a 53-foot trailer behind you. So that's essentially what it is. It's a parallel park. The other backing skill is the trickier one. It's the 90, where you take the truck and you put it into what would be like an alley or a dock, like that. That's what you do. It's got a couple more steps to it, and don't try to memorize any formula to it, even though that's what I would like instinctively do, because that's how I am. You just got to feel it out. You know, you'll get it, but you got to get in there and make sure you get your turns, otherwise you won't get any turns. You got to stick up for yourself out there. And lastly is the on the road part, where you take out a semi truck, you got a few guys with you, while one's driving up here, you get maybe one or two sitting in back, and you got the instructor next to you, and he or she will show you how to shift the truck, downshift the truck. I would research downshifting before you guys embark on this. I didn't know what the fuck it was, and it took me a little while to get it. And they will throw you guys right out there. They will say, all right, you're driving first. They'll stick your ass in the front seat behind the wheel, and they'll say, all right, I'll tell you where to go, you drive. And before you know it, you're on the fucking, you're on this on-ramp going out of the freeway at fucking, 9 o'clock in the morning, and you don't know where you're going, and he says, you turn here, and they'll take you out, and they'll drive your asses around the city. And they don't show you much. They just tell you what to do. So stick with it. It takes a thick skin. Man. I had a really tough instructor who would get in your face and buck and spit and cuss. I loved him. His name was Ronnie, like a total Tennessee good old boy. But he was rough. After that, you guys gotta put it all together and go take the test. And the guy who gives you the test doesn't know who the fuck you are. He ain't never seen your face. He's just there with the clipboard. You pass it or you don't. You get 3 tries. So let's say you pass your pre-trip and then you fail your straight line back. Your retry would start with the straight line back because you already passed the pre-trip. That's in the bank. Let's say you pass that. You pass your offset. You fail your 90. You come back again. All right, this is your last shot. This is number 3. You pass your 90, then you got to go take the road test. Believe it or not, the thing that knocks most people out, at least what I saw down in Memphis, was, of course the road test, but it was the pre-trip. People take that pre-trip for granted, and then they start doing it and they fucking blank out, and that's it. So once you do that, you can go get your CDL. They'll give you the envelope with a few documents in it. You go to your DMV back home, go there, and like $20 later, you have your commercial driver's license. And then from there, you can do anything you want. You got that license, that thing is worth way more than its weight in gold. You can do anything you want. You want a good paying job, you want companies coming after you, you got it. You got it. So that's the process. And it ain't impossible, but it's tough. It knocks a lot of people out. So I guess that's it for now. I'm on my way to Tucson, Arizona. I had to take my 10 hours starting this morning, so got a couple hours left, and I got to go pick up in a little bit outside of Memphis and head down to Tucson. So it'll be good to get back in the Southwest. So that's it for now, guys. Y'all be good out there.